Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moltrap here, coming at you with Game 1 of the other semifinal between Light and Jaedong. This is Light that you're seeing on your screen right now, and I am going to warn you right now that I'm going to have to spoil the other semifinals, the result of Flash versus Fantasy, because, well, like, it's not terribly important which one of them it is. They're both very strong Terran players, but I am going to spoil it anyways because it makes it more interesting to know who the winner of this series is going to face. So go back and watch that series now if you do not want to know, or maybe skip forward for a few minutes on this video. There's Jaedong, by the way, the opponent of Light in this MSL semifinal. The clear favorite here. Number 2 Kesper ranking right there, and number 1 Kesper ranking above Jaedong, the only guy above Jaedong in Kesper rankings, is the winner of the other semifinal, Flash. And I am really looking forward. Flash barely actually beat Fantasy. I don't know if I could say barely, but Fantasy put up a really good fight, gave Flash a real big run for his money, probably more than almost anyone has in the last year or two, aside from Jaedong and maybe a couple others that I can't think of. Obviously, Effort gave him gave him more than a run for his money. Kind of gave him a run and took his money in a way. Anyway, yes. So Flash is going to be in the finals. Jaedong is here battling against Light, who's been playing exceptionally well lately, surprisingly well. You know, Light I used to consider sort of a mid-level, mid-high level player, and he was. You know, he did okay in Pro League. He didn't go too far usually in the Star Leagues, but here he is in the semi-finals going up against the mighty Jaedong, and they're about to throw down here on Polaris Rhapsody. Let's get this underway. 5, 4, I don't need to count because I'm actually recording this, screen capping it off YouTube. It's just a little bit easier and faster to get the videos up that way, so I do apologize. I don't have access to any higher quality videos, so I'm sorry about that. But it's the best I can do, and this is by popular demand, so I'm doing it for you guys. A lot of people saw the other semifinal and said, hey, you're going to cast the other one too? You should cast the other one. So I said, okay, I will. And that's that. I was actually planning on it anyway. It's just, you know, it's the semifinals, man. Anyway, yes, Jaedong is going to be in the top left position. So much easier to tell who is who in this matchup. Flash versus Fantasy. They kept switching the, well, they didn't keep switching the colors. A couple times, once or twice, they switched the colors on them, and it was hard to tell which Terran was which because they're both Terran. But this time, Light is going to be the white Terran in the bottom right-hand corner. He has completely different looking units, luckily. And it looks like he's going to send out a very early SCV. Is he going to do some sort of cheese, or is he just going to, no, he's just going to set up a wall at the front of his base there, a supply depot, towards the front of his base, so he can use that depot, that very first depot, to kind of wall off very quickly. And he's probably going to go for a barracks next up there at that choke, and then another depot in between the barracks and the depot to wall it off, and then go for a command center. Or he may start the command center before either one of those, theoretically. But it's probably what he's going to go for, and get an expansion. Terrans almost always get expansions early on against Zergs these days. Very rare that you see a one-base strategy for Terran versus Zerg. So, very rare do you see a one-base, even more rarely do you see a one-base strategy for Zerg. It'll just happen on once in a blue moon or so. Anyway, Jaedong going for the second hatchery, his expansion below the ramp. Light's going to come in here and scout around and see what's going on, and it's just going to kind of play into a nice, calm, late, early game, if that makes sense. Neither player's going for any kind of rushes. It's still early game. Wouldn't call it mid game yet, but yeah, no one's doing any rushes or anything too out of the ordinary. And Light is actually, Light has actually gone for a command center before his barracks. Well, I mean, I guess it's not really that Jaedong starting up his spawning pool. It's almost half done. His hatchery is close to done as well. But what this means, though, is that his barracks is going to be pretty delayed. Hopefully he's going to get some more racks up. He's getting a refinery right now as well. So he's going to have to play very defensively. He's going to basically be, you know, kind of balancing on a knife's edge for a while here, because Jaedong's going to have a pool up pretty early. Jaedong did not scout this early command center. What he was doing actually before against Flash last season was he was actually going 3 hatcheries before spawning pool when his opponent went for an early command center when Flash was doing that. This time he hasn't scouted it, and he doesn't expect this out of Light, so he can't quite go for that, but he is going to have a spawning pool up. He's going to send out some exploratory zerglings, and they're going to meet a wall, and it's going to be pretty easy, actually, for Light to hold that wall. Lair going down at the natural expansion, the first expansion, rather, of Jaedong, and a factory going down for Light. He's actually put a lot of SCVs on gas. He's going for a factory here. He's probably going to get a vulture out, I suppose. Try and do some harassment there. And then transition into Goliaths of some kind. Uh-oh. Is there a Marine anywhere to be found? This could be bad for Light if those Zerglings come in. Okay, there is one Marine there. And he's got a nice solid wall. Only 4 Zerglings. Okay, so he's fine. But still, a little bit of a precarious position for Light. If Jaedong wants to put the pressure on, it could be very, very painful, but he's got a very nicely positioned door set up there. And if Jaedong comes in with a lot of Zerglings, then Light can pull a bunch of SCVs. His command center is right there. And he can, but that's what he's doing. It's exactly what he's doing. He's gotten the speed upgrade. He's got about a dozen Zerglings. He's going to try and power down one of these buildings before they can be repaired, before Light can get enough SCVs on there. He's going to go in with a dozen Zerglings, a dozen speed upgraded Zerglings. They run in. They're going straight for the supply depot next to the SCV. The SCV is repairing it. It's not going to be able to repair fast enough. He needs more SCVs on that depot. Is he going to be able to repair the depot? 3 SCVs is all he can fit on that depot. Can they repair fast enough? No, they cannot repair fast enough. They're trying to clog the gap, but no, the Marines do not kill enough of the Zerglings fast enough, and Light, oh man, Light is in deep, deep trouble now. He doesn't have anything, but he's probably got a couple vultures on the way, but they don't have the speed upgrade, so the Zerglings may still be a match for them, and Light just underestimated that attack, did not put enough Zerglings in the, SCVs in the way. Look at that, the Spire's almost complete. Light GG's! Light GG's with nothing he can possibly do there. Exits the game. A very quick early win by Jaedong. Just mass lings. Wow, just seized an opportunity there. Knew that Light was playing it very, 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 very. And you know, the thing about balancing on a knife's edge is that if you lose your balance, then you fall on a knife, and you get cut very badly, because then, you know, your whole weight of yourself is falling on the knife edge, and then you lose the game. So anyways, Light going down to an early rush, well, not even a rush really by Jaedong, actually. Just a response to Light's weak door. And you know, Light, he had a really good idea there. If he'd pulled it off, if Jaedong hadn't attacked right when he did, he would have been able to pull it off. But you know, it was just in a position, his depot was in a position where he could only fit 3 SCVs to repair that depot, and it was way too many Zerglings on that depot, so did not go his way. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to that game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. GG. Let's see game 2.